So now I'm going to give you each of those objects. This is 2.
I guess I'll start by saying, why did you choose this book?
The book's actually one I wrote myself.
Okay.
And it's just, I guess it's kind of important in context to the last few years of my life. A lot of things have happened between like 2010 and now, and that book kind of puts it all, organizes it all together.
So these are all things that you've written.
Yeah.
So which one should I read? Which one reflects who you are more than anything?
That's a good question. There's one called We Held Ashes Once. That one's really important to me. It's probably it's one of the oldest ones there. And that's just because it's about like where I grew up.
Which is where?
Bushwick.
Okay.
And just like, I guess growing up in during a transformational period for the neighborhood, with a lot of gentrification going on and stuff like that.
Yeah, I actually live in Crown Heights. Yeah, grew up in Bed-Stuy, live in Crown Heights. I've been in Brooklyn all my time. So you mentioned like gentrification, and it's so interesting because a lot of people look at gentrification as like this horrible thing.
Yeah.
The only bad thing about gentrification, I feel as though that change had to come from outside of our own neighborhoods. Like, why couldn't we as a people decide, you know what, we're gonna make these improvements instead of having people from the outside come in and then decide, yo, this is prime real estate, now let's make this better. So I truly appreciate the neighborhoods getting better. Like Bed-Stuy as a whole has changed tremendously. It's brought in a lot of different small shops. You feel a lot more comfortable walking down places like Bedford Avenue and things like that. But, you know, it comes with a price. It comes with that price that a lot of the people who grew up there don't get to see or live in that same area as now it's gotten better.
I feel it's pretty sad, and I always say like that's something I always say like when I discuss that topic with people, especially like the friends I have that weren't born here or came from different like states. I'd be like, it's not even, the problem isn't that like coming here, you know, things changing. Like that's the one thing you're always going to expect from a big city, is constant change. I mean, when you think of like, when I think of Bushwick in itself, like that used to be like beer barons and like, you know, the Dutch, like way back when.
Yep.
Like it used to be, you know, Italians. You know, things always change. So the thing that always gets me is just like, I know like I know some people personally, and like just tales, like horror tales of people who have been living and say in an apartment all their life, and you know, now that their landlords are trying to make this money, they're like coming in and literally like just demolishing like the inside of the apartments to make the living conditions like unbearable for these people to, you know, to stay there. And so they'll just leave it there like unfinished, whatever construction or demolition they're doing, and just, you know, wait for them to move out, fix it up, and then charge like triple the price.
Yeah, I mean, money is the great influencer, man. So once you have the ability to make that money, a lot of people do whatever it takes to get that, to put themselves in a position to do it. So like, instead of charging $1,500 for rent, being able to charge $2,500 or being able to charge $4,000 for that same apartment that somebody was in there for $1,200, and I mean, you can blame them because it's like, come on, you're a human being, like do something better. But then you can always understand the reasoning behind it as well. And that's the thing. The key is always not to just sit here and just bash everything. Like, oh my God, it's so bad. It's trying to understand the nuances between everything and why people do the things that they do.
I eventually just want to, whatever I'm doing now, like with you know, creative stuff and the people I meet, like I want to eventually get to a point where I can like find a warehouse with a lot of space, maybe transform it into like a type of community center. Use it for a lot of events. I ultimately, like, I want to make a place like an art center that can rival some of the like newer art galleries and stuff that are like coming opening up in you know, neighborhoods like Bushwick, Bed-Stuy, stuff like that. But like one that's dedicated to helping artists that have been there and that are growing there, like from being born there, like natives. So like, to help them get more of an edge inside the art world. Because
Cool.
yeah, I've noticed what I've seen is a lot of every time like this gentrification stuff happens, like one of the first people that always move into these neighborhoods are artists because of the cheaper rent and stuff during the first wave. What ends up happening is the artists from that move there or from other places that they end up stealing the light and like stealing the limelight from the people who have been there. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I guess I figure it's a way I'll fight back. So why'd you pick the cup and the package of shot glasses?
So I'm always the tale of two sides. I have my calm, introverted side, and I have my wild, extroverted side. And I guess both shows those two sides. The cup is a cup that I received from my daughter last year for Father's Day. She made it at school, and it's something that I have on my desk at work. Nice. And the shot glasses are something that I got for Christmas this past year from one of my former staff members. And I guess all my staff members knew I like to go out and drink and have fun and party when I'm not at work or I'm not taking things too serious. So they got me something I can carry with me.
Yeah, I mean, it looks very convenient. I like it. How old's your daughter?
She turned 6 last week.
Happy belated to her.
Yeah, it's crazy. 6 years have passed since I've had her. And time is flying, man.
That's what I realized once I graduated from high school.
And when was that?
Like 6 years ago. Was it difficult when you first heard the news that you were going to have a child? Did you face any difficulties or obstacles?
Was it difficult? I don't think it was difficult. When I first found out I was going to have a child, I was 20 years old. So like it was definitely a shocker. It was definitely something that I had to think about. I spoke to my family, tried to get advice and guidance from people who've done it before. Yeah. But then at the end of the day, it's your life to live. So you have to figure out what you're going to do and what type of parent you're going to be. So the time between having a child and now has definitely not been easy. Yeah. It's had its ups and downs, but you learn as you grow, and the longer you live, you get to make a lot of mistakes and you get to improve upon them. Because in life, you're going to make mistakes. It's all about how you learn from those mistakes and what do you do moving forward. That's the real key.
Always.